What's going on with y'all? It's yours truly, Mac Juice. You dig what I'm saying, man? Hope everybody out there doing good and doing well, man. Um, just had to come show my face on the camera like I always do. I ain't did it in a while, but let's jump into it, man. What's been on my mind lately is just, when you going through adversity, um, you having trouble, you know, not necessarily trouble, but you having struggles in your life. You know what I'm saying? Um, man, just try to embrace it, and think about the things that you could do to get better. Things things that help you better. Um, that's because that's one thing about life. Life is like a roller coaster. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. Things ain't always smooth. You're gonna have good days, bad days, good things gonna happen, bad things gonna happen, so to speak, quote unquote. Uh, and man, you just gotta be able to learn from your mistakes, man. Uh Me, anytime I always have something like bad happen, it's usually because of myself, a mistake that I made. Um yeah, and I always hold myself accountable. So, I wanna get on the camera and tell you guys, like, man, always hold yourself accountable for the things you could do better, for the things you didn't do. Anytime I put myself in a situation, whether it's good and bad, I always tell myself it's my fault. It's my fault because it is my fault. I don't put the blame on nobody. If I'm on the phone with somebody, they ain't talking about shit. It's my fault. I entertained that. Hey, should have cut the phone call short. You know what I'm saying? If I'm letting somebody talk to me and I'm getting annoyed, man, that's my fault, man. I gotta get away from this person. You know what I'm saying? Or just knowing I can't be around certain energies, man, and I'll just be trying to be cool, man. You know what I'm saying? You might be talking to one of your partners, your friends, and the conversation might be cool. Then it's like, damn, all right, nigga, you talking about the same shit over and over. You know what I'm saying? And now you starting to drain my energy because I know you ain't talking about shit. Now you just want to talk because you bored. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, it's a million shit to do within a 2 hour span. Nigga, like, okay, nigga, it's time for me to go. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Most people talk on the phone for 2 hours ain't talking about shit, but then, within the 2 hours, man, you could pick up a book and read. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't even do that. You know what I'm saying? And let me not say most people. Some people just don't do that. You know, but they know every goddamn thing. But you don't pick up a book and read. But all right. Uh, but yeah, man, always hold yourself accountable. Um, and stay strong, man. Stay strong. Don't let life break you, man. It could be worse, man. You could be facing homelessness, man. You could be facing losing a job. I know what them things feel like, and it's not a good feeling, you could be lacking on funds. You know what I'm saying? I didn't experience all that, man. It's not a good feeling. Uh, it's not a good feeling at all, man. Just learn. The thing I've been learning is, like, when you want to invest in something, make sure you do your due diligence. When you want to invest in something, do all your due diligence. Don't risk it. Don't risk it. Don't risk all your money, all your savings, where you're gonna be broke. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. When it comes to a job, I mean, I know sometimes, we get caught up in, the boss getting on our nerves, you know what I'm saying? The supervisor and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or sometimes you can't stand that damn job. But man, one thing I learned, one of my mentors told me, he was like, D, he said, man, don't quit your job until you got a next one. And now, and I heard him. I was listening to him, but I was like, man, it was just time for me to go. You know what I'm saying? So if you got some money saved up, you got some unemployment or something like that, then do your best, but man, just have a better game plan than what I had, man. I was trying to figure out, things as I went along, Um, yeah, I was trying to figure out things as I went along, and things didn't work on my way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say things didn't work on my way because things was going on my favor, but I was just like at the time, I quit my job. I was trying to find myself what to do. I was already taking IT classes and things like that. And I was still trying to find that remote from home space. Work from home job. You know what I'm saying? And I was just still trying to find like what the hell I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And bitch, yeah, man. So you don't put the blame on nobody but yourself, man. And then when you don't have that income coming in, man, you could be setting yourself up for failure, man. You could be. We don't have no steady income coming in, or making enough money, man, bro. You could lose it all, bro. You could lose it all, man. You could lose it all. You could lose your apartment, your mortgage, your house, man. You could lose it, man. If y'all learn something from this video, man, man, have a steady income coming in, working on yourself, work on, that's why it's 24 hours in a day, man. Once you work on your 9 to 5, whatever time you get off, take a few hours to work on the things, work on your goals and your dreams, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you ain't trying to be there forever, especially if you somebody that got a vision and you trying to expand, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all trying to expand, like, man, take a few hours to work on your dreams and goals, man, because you the only one that can make it happen, man. So yeah, man, I just been going through a lot lately, man. That's why I ain't been on that camera. You know what I'm saying? I've been, had to figure things out, man. Had to reassess myself, reassess my mindset, reassess my goals, and learn from my mistakes, man. Because like I said, man, I was facing homelessness, man. I was facing eviction. I was facing, yeah, man. I had to fight this shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't for the weak, man. You know, and and I'm the type of person where I want to have my own things. I don't want to have to move in with nobody or quote unquote struggle. Staying in and out of hotel. But those are the things that could happen when you down and out. And that's another thing too. Some family members they gonna be like, they got a room for you, a place to stay and stuff like that. But man, for whatever reason, man, motherfucker change their mind years down, a couple months down the line, and shit could go bad, man. So don't never depend on nobody but yourself, man. Don't never depend on nobody. Certain people tell you, you might have friends and family members that, yeah, bro, I got a room for you, and then all of a sudden, man, things change, man. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't even be mad at them. You can't be mad at them. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, man, bro. It sucks, but shit, man. That's why you gotta. That's why you gotta, man. Stay on top of your shit. Stay on top of your shit, man. Cause man, don't nobody like, man. Ain't no. You ain't promised. You ain't promised no room. Unless one of your partners, got a mansion or something, ain't got no kids or no family. You ain't promised no room. You ain't promise to stay with somebody if you fall on hard times. You know what I'm saying? At least me, I'm opposite. That's one thing I always learned from my mom. Anytime when somebody was down and out, my mom was like, "Hey, yeah, it's good. Come on." But it's people like that is far in between a few, man. So you really get to see like what people, you really get to see people for who that is. But you can't be mad because this you can't be mad at the mistakes that you have put yourself in a situation in. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad. You can't be mad at all because you chose to put yourself in a situation, and you just gotta eat it and have those consequences. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take the bitter with the sweet, take the good with the bad, man. You know what I'm saying? So, man, if y'all watching this, man, y'all going through hard times right now, man. Just know, man. You put yourself in a position. Now it's time to dig yourself out that hole and get yourself out that position. That's why I love watching like entrepreneur stories, quote unquote millionaires, you know what I'm saying? Or just people who just got it out the mud, you know what I'm saying, so to speak, got back on their feet and bounced back. That's the kind of thing, that's the kind of shit I like to watch, man. Cause it's inspiring. That means they didn't give up. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I'm gonna tell y'all a little story, right? Yeah, so I used to work I was a pharmacy technician once upon a time, right? And my mother had passed, and everybody know that, man, I'm the only child that my mother had, right? And so like when everybody found out, that was like, D, all the ladies, that was like, D, let me know if you need some. Let me know if you need some, Shout out to my ladies out there, you know what I'm saying? Man, man, I got offered to come stay with people in their family, and people, in their family was willing to help me, give me money or D, you know what I'm saying? And just, I ain't take it. I didn't want no help. I was like, man, I'm going to figure it out. I was going to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? These is married women, like married women. Not saying that I was trying to like holler at them some shit. I just didn't, I wouldn't feel comfortable as a grown man. I wouldn't feel comfortable as a grown man, like, you know what I'm saying, moving in with another family, and things like that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of, I just don't feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate the help though, but like, I ain't take no help. You know what I'm saying? And man, yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just, man, bro. That's part of life, man. So, things gonna happen in life where it's gonna be a bumpy road, man. But you just gotta keep going, man. Keep going. It's like when you on. It's like sometimes when you on your way to work, tire might pop, or you know what I'm saying, your car don't start. You like, damn, I gotta call out, or now I gotta go get the battery fixed, go get the tire fixed. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, man, it just build, it build, adversity build character. Adversity build character, man. Adversity builds character. Adversity builds character, man. You know what I'm saying? When you going through something and some kind of adversity hits you, man, you just gotta go through it, man. Keep a positive mindset. Just know that things will pass, within due time, and you just gotta keep pushing forward, man. You know. Um, so if this, I hope this inspires somebody to keep going. If they struggling, they having a downtime in their life, they see this video, man, I want you to keep pushing, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, I want you to keep pushing, bro. Ladies, I want you to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And just because sometimes it ain't what other people do to you. Sometimes you hurt yourself. Sometimes you hurt yourself. Sometimes you put yourself in a position, you're back against the wall, and things don't always gonna go your way. You like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, what was I doing? And you just gotta keep going. It's a saying. You can get yourself in trouble. Now you gotta get yourself out. You get yourself in this position. Gotta dig yourself out. And man, it was rough, man. It was rough, man. It was rough, man. It was rough. It was rough, man. It was rough. It was real rough. But I'm happy I got through it. I'm happy I got through it. You know what I'm saying? It just made me stronger. By the grace of the Most High, man. It just divine time. I'm a big believer of the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, divine timing, because everything just start falling into place. You know what I'm saying? Everything started falling into place, and I was like, man, thank you, man. I was like, oh man, I was like, shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Marvin Gaye, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And man, uh, man, that's why you gotta stay prayed up, man. You gotta stay prayed up. But that's it, man. I just wanted to tell y'all, man. You going through adversity, man. Go through it, learn from it. You know, work on the things that you could work on. What did you learn from it? What to do next time? What not to do next time? You know what I'm saying? Don't never put yourself in a position where you about to be down and out. But that's it. Love y'all. Peace.